You need to stop talking and start practicing. The one thing I hate the most when talking to other people, besides complaining, would be people who just talk and talk and talk about doing things, but they never do them. It drives me up the wall. And the reason why is because they're totally full of themselves, that they're getting so much satisfaction about talking about the things they want to do. It could literally be anything, something involved with work, as social life, kind of activity, something fun, something productive. It doesn't matter. They just talk and talk about it, and then they never do it. It drives me crazy. So you've probably seen people do this before. For example, people say they're going to go to the gym, they're going to lose weight. It's like, oh, I'm so excited to do this. I'm going to finally drop that weight. I'm going to start eating healthy. It's all going to be good. But then the next time you see them, either it could be a week or a month from now, you talk to them again and they're still talking about it. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym soon. I just haven't got around to it. But here's my plan. Here's all my goals. I'm so excited for it. Another month goes by. Same conversation. And in your mind, you're thinking like, well, you said you're going to do it, that you have all this excitement and you're thrilled to see it, and nothing's happened. And you might be wondering why not. And you got to realize that by talking about your goals and more so continuously talking about your goals to a lot of different people, you are motivating yourself from actually achieving them. And the reason why is in our brains, we have a reward system like with dopamine and serotonin. And whenever you set a goal for yourself and you go and tell other people that you're going to do this and you talk about your plan, the end result specifically of achieving said goal, when you do that, you're in your mind, your brain is tricking yourself into thinking that you actually already achieved that goal, even though you haven't even started yet. So that's why when you start talking about something, like I'm going to use the gym example again, you start talking about going to the gym with someone, and as you talk, your brain starts thinking, oh, look, I'm actually doing a good thing. I'm going to the gym. Even though you're just talking about it, you're not going to the gym. So when it comes time later on to actually go to the gym or sign up for it, you're like, I don't really feel like it because you lost that motivation because you already used that reward system that your brain has in place for that action. So in your mind, you might be thinking, okay, so maybe it's not a good idea to talk about your goals, which that is a thought. Now, there are some circumstances where it is good to talk about them, especially if you're looking for input or accountability. That's perfect. However, it's a very good idea to really limit about how much you're talking about some kind of great achievement you have in your mind. For example, for me, like this YouTube channel, for a while before I started making videos, I talked about it with a few people. For the most part, I kept it under wraps. Uh, However, I started to realize that the more and more I talked about it, the less and less I was actually excited to put work into the channel, which is preparing for videos, creating a marketing plan, start animating, all that kind of stuff. And I started thinking like, okay, how do I get around this? That I talked about this for a lot, but I'm not terribly motivated to do this. So the best way around that is just to start doing it, which isn't the most exciting advice, but it's the way you got to do it, right? And I thought back to earlier this year when I started going to the gym and started working out 5 times a week. And I thought back to it and I realized it wasn't this great thought out plan of me going to the gym. It's just some idea I had in my head that, okay, I want to get into better shape. And then one day when I was actually talking to one of my brothers, he was talking about the gym he goes to. And after that conversation, I just thought, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to sign up for the gym. I'm going to go online, sign up for the gym, and start going. And it was almost spontaneous. It was pretty much a spontaneous decision that, okay, I'm going to do this and then put into forward. And I didn't put any much else thought into it. And it worked. It worked. I'm still going to the gym 5 days a week and I got into great shape. And, it took very little thought. And quite honestly, sometimes the spontaneous and the decisions that you make very quickly and put into action very quickly are the best ones. Another one is, again, with this channel, the first video I made, I think it was the one about talking a lot. I really just one night I sat down. I had my hair was a mess, so I put on my hat and I just sat down and just started recording. And it wasn't the best video at all, but I'm so glad I did it because that's every journey starts with a step, and you're never going to get better. You're never going to actually get something going until you take that first step. And more often than not, you got to take that first step in silence of just going out there and doing it. Even if other people don't hear or don't know, it might be tough to keep it under wraps to avoid that short circuiting of that reward system. But in the long run, it can definitely help actually getting your goals into motion. So I'll leave you with this. Anytime you have a goal, which I'm talking about a lot of goals on this channel and how to develop goals and how to go after them. Anytime you find a goal, it can be as small like as getting into shape, um, trying to change jobs, or trying to make a new friend. Anything, small or big. Anytime you have that goal, try to avoid talking about it and only talk about it if you either want input about how to go about it or if it's a good goal, or if you want someone to hold you accountable. So if you have someone that you trust, that you want to keep in the loops about what your goal is and you want them to get on you if you're not going after it, then that's another way of going about it. But otherwise, just keep your goals completely quiet and let the rewards come to you when you actually achieve it, because it'll feel so much better than going on to someone about some great plan they have and then never getting it done. Because you've probably seen people in your life that they just talk and talk about something, and then years later, they're still talking about it. It's very frustrating and just very baffling at times. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.